Hello guys, it is Brittany here and welcome back to my Color Guard YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you want to learn more about this fabulous piece of equipment right here. If that is the case, then please keep watching because today we have a very exciting video for you. We're adventuring more into the land of tossing. We're going to learn how to do a 5. So if you want to learn how to do a 5 on rifle, keep watching. So, quick disclaimer before we learn how to do a 5, like I've said in all my other videos, if you do not know how to do the toss below this, which is a quad, or a triple, or a double, or a single, then please learn how to do those first. If you try to learn how to do a toss that you do not have the technique for right below it, so like I said, a quad, then learning this is just going to ruin your technique for this toss. It's going to be a headache for you and your instructor, so please just do what I say. If you don't know how to do your quad perfectly, go watch my quad video. But if you've done all of that, I'm so sorry for talking for so long. Let's learn how to do this 5. So, first things first, we're going to start off at a left flat. Left hand fist away from the bolt, palm up to the sky. Both thumbs are pressed down my rifle, so as if they're pointing towards my nose. If you have a little button right here in your strap, you should have your pointer finger, your middle finger right next to it. Right hand is going to be all the way to the end of your rifle, pinky covering the very end. Want to have nice, strong, boxed out arms so we have energy over our rifle, so that way we control it, it does not control us. And then we can lead into our next part, which is our nice, strong dip. So we're here, standing nice and tall. We're going to squeeze the count before we need to dip, which in this case would be 7. We're going to dip on 8. We're going to dip nice and strong. My right hand is going to be right by my shoulder, left hand right by my hip at what I call a crossbody angle. So kind of think about like a seatbelt and try to mimic that with your rifle. Number one thing, like I always say with dips, is you want to think about kind of pulling apart. So as if my right hand's pulling this way and my left hand's pulling me this way. So that way I can activate my back muscles. So that way I'm using my back muscles, not just my arms, because if you don't have a lot of arm strength, you might find it really hard to do higher tosses. But if you use your back muscles, that's going to help you no matter what and make all of these easier. So make sure you use those back muscles. You should feel it. Start right from about your spine and trickle all the way down to your fingers. You feel nice and strong. So we're here, we're pulling apart, nice and strong. Now remember, like I said in our other videos, this is our gas pedal, okay? Push straight down. The second you push down and it gives you enough energy, this arm, which is my right arm, needs to stay glued to my leg, okay? It cannot leave, because the second I try to reach up and grab my rifle, I'm gonna A, either hurt myself, B, stop my rifle too early, which meaning I'll probably drop, and C, like I mentioned before, you'll probably drop, and we don't want any of those things to happen. Okay, so make sure your right arm stays glued the entire time you toss. I know it's hard, but it's something to work at. When it comes to tossing a 5, all the same things apply like I just talked about. This is our gas pedal. This hand needs to stay glued down. Like I talked about in our quad video, the second you get into the higher tossing realm, like quad, 5, 6, whatever, it is so hard to keep your right hand down because it's in the air for so long. Your body's natural instinct is to want to protect yourself. Obviously, if something's flying in the air, it's going to come back down towards you. Your body's instinct is to want to either whack it away or, catch it out of the air so it can stop spinning and scaring you. But still keep that right arm down. Like I talked about before, we release fingertips straight up. Remember, we don't want to tilt this way, or forward or backwards, because that'll mess up how we release or how fast our toss will go, etc., etc. Now, I talked about single release here, double release here, triple release here, quad at a 90-degree angle. 5, I always say, is like my wrist is in line with like the top of my forehead pretty much, because we don't want this, because this is a 6. All the way straight is a 7, so do not release a 5 at a full extension or a full soft. We want just below that. So I usually say wrist to like the very top of my head as a reference. So not 90, just a little bit more. And that little bit of height will give you guys what you need to get your 5. So if you have your quad, it shouldn't be too hard, but obviously knowing the difference and consistently doing this for a quad and this for a 5 is what gets you to be super good at weapon and what makes your upper tosses super consistent. So one thing also to remember is we still release at an upper 45, even though it is, a higher toss. We don't release vertically, we don't release down at an angle, we release at this angle, except it'll be up here, okay? If you release at the different angles, that's what causes our rifles to fly directions that we do not want. So please, please, please release at that sweet spot, our little upper 45. Keep all those things I said in mind, our long laundry list of things we need to remember on how to toss a rifle. And now that I've said all of that, let me show you what a 5 actually looks like. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, and. One quick thing to mention from that video you guys just saw is, like I mentioned in my quad video, the 3 most important things to know about count-wise with your tosses is your release count, which will almost always be 1 unless it's like in choreography or whatever. Your peak count for a 5 should be count 3. So if you guys rewind that video, you should see my rifle, once I say count 3, immediately starts to fall down. Then I catch about on 4 and and then yeah, that's about all you need to know. So release, peak, and catch. So that way if one of those things is messed up, like if I release the wrong time, I know I need to adjust my peak count or my catch count, whatever, and it just really, really helps you guys kind of learn how to do your tosses consistently, and also know how to kind of troubleshoot your own tosses, and you won't need your instructors to constantly tell you what was wrong with your toss. So now that I've said all that, I'll show you guys that 5 one more time from just a straight on angle so you can see the proper height of it and also see what to look like underneath your toss. So that'll be right there. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright you guys, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, those go in the comment section down below, as well as any requests you guys might have. Let's say if you don't see a video on my channel that you guys really want to learn how to do, whether it be a skill, a trick, whatever, a basic, you can comment that down below and I will gladly film you a tutorial for whatever you guys want. Other than that, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.